You've probably seen this image before, a holy knight on a white horse, slaying a dragon. Beyond the allegory of the beast lies the documented history of a decorated commander and a unique vow that shaped his eternal reputation. According to an ancient manuscript held in Old Cairo, Christ made a direct vow to George. He stated that no one would be like him among the martyrs, promising that anyone calling upon his name in distress would be answered quickly. Thousands of early Christians were executed for their faith. So why did this specific man earn that ultimate rank? To understand that, we look at the year 303 AD. The Roman Emperor Diocletian launched a massive, systematic campaign to entirely erase Christianity from the empire. Most of the people targeted by this purge were ordinary citizens. George was not. He was an incredibly wealthy prince, sitting at the absolute peak of the Roman military hierarchy, directly commanding 500 men. He held the highest levels of earthly power and wealth available in his world. His theological legacy begins precisely because he chose to throw all of it away. Diocletian's edict was a strict legal order. It commanded the military to destroy churches, burn sacred texts, and permanently strip their military ranks. Rather than hiding his faith to protect his position, George took immediate action. He liquidated his entire fortune, distributing the money directly to the poor. Then he committed a lethal act of treason. He marched up to the emperor's royal edict, tore it down in broad daylight, and openly challenged the emperor's court. By attacking the decree, George forced a highly public collision between the empire and his spiritual conviction. The Roman response was immediate. George was stripped of his military rank and forced to walk in iron shoes, driven through with heated nails. When that failed to break him, he was thrown into a pit of highly reactive quicklime. Historical accounts state he was buried in the corrosive powder for 3 days, yet emerged completely unharmed. Diocletian escalated the punishment. He brought in Athanasius, a master sorcerer, to execute a targeted assassination. The emperor's master sorcerer prepared a concentrated, highly lethal poison and ordered the former Roman commander to immediately drink it. George simply made the sign of the cross over the cup, drank the liquid, and survived without a single symptom. He then performed an act that shattered the emperor's entire plan. George raised a man from the dead, a display of power so profound that Athanasius himself immediately converted to Christianity. Realizing that his physical body could be destroyed, but his influence could not be contained, the empire finally executed George by beheading. His physical death is what triggered his mythological life. The famous story of him traveling to Libya to slay a dragon and save a princess is actually an allegory for this ongoing spiritual war, a battle that ultimately led to the conversion of 15,000 people. The empire poured all its resources into erasing a mortal soldier, and in the process, they forged an immortal, unstoppable symbol. To understand his immense spiritual power, we look at the Coptic concept of Al-Shafa'a, or intercession. The direct pathway for the forgiveness of sins goes exclusively to Christ, but saints act through secondary pathways, acting as powerful advocates who pray on your behalf. George's extreme willingness to endure torture and sacrifice his immense earthly power is what earned him his position as one of the most powerful intercessors in this network. Christ's ancient promise, declaring him a harbor of salvation for anyone in distress, is preserved here in the Church of St. George in Old Cairo. He remains the ultimate Christian martyr because his life serves as a blueprint. He proved that extreme endurance in the face of suffering is the exact mechanism that generates eternal influence.